Satellite and radar show some rather gloomy conditions across mid-Michigan this afternoon. A few pockets of drizzle also occurring across the region. Notice that we do have some more light sprinkles developing to our northwest. That activity continues to work its way in as we go throughout the second half of the day today. Temperature-wise, current readings in the upper 50s to low 60s. We're right at 60 degrees in Mason, 61 for your current temperature in Hillsdale. Again, the chance for rain going to begin to pop up this afternoon and evening. We are drying things out overnight tonight, and we have a very sunny forecast for the first half of our Friday before yet another chance for rain begins to move in. We'll have some more details for you coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at noon starts right now.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at noon.
Happening now, a lockdown at Okemos High School has ended after the school got a call about a possible threat. It's our top story at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Vaselli. Meridian Township Police and several other agencies are there investigating and now say they weren't able to find anything. Karina Prieto is there as well, and she joins us now live with the latest. Karina, what can you tell us so far?
Well, Megan, the school just came out of that lockdown, but up until a few moments ago, we were looking at a very heavy police presence here at the school. Now, I just spoke a few moments ago with Meridian Police Chief Rick Grillo, who says that they responded to the school after being alerted to a possible threat around 10:15 this morning. Now, the response team that we saw here this morning, as you already kind of touched on, was a combination of local law enforcement, East Lansing PD, Michigan State Police, Meridian Township Police, and the Ingham County Sheriff's Department. Chief Grillo says that the school was placed in this preventative lockdown, allowing officers to go through the school. They deemed that there was no threat, and the lockdown has now been lifted. Now, just a few moments ago, I spoke with a student who actually came up to me asking what all this was that was going on. He says he was on his way into the school and couldn't get in because of the police presence.
I don't think anybody knows what's going on right now, but yeah, it's a bit scary. I'm glad there's nothing happening, but it reminds me of 23, when we first had the shooting scare. We gotta do something about this because I don't like this happening.
The superintendent of Okemos Schools has said that the school day will continue, but families can choose to bring their children home if they feel that's best. He's also hoping that the community can continue to celebrate these students tonight at graduation, and is hoping this doesn't put too much of a damper on that celebration. We'll have more for you later on tonight, but for now, here for you live in Okemos, Karina Prieto, 6 News.
Karina, thank you for that live report. New at noon, the family of Patrick Lyoya is upset the Kent County prosecutor has decided not to retry the case. Lyoya was shot and killed by a Grand Rapids police officer while fighting with him after a traffic stop. Sydney Sutliff is here for you now with what the Lyoya family said. Sydney?
Yes, Megan. Officer Christopher Schur fought with Lyoya for several minutes before shooting him in the back of the head. Schur testified that he feared for his life before pulling the trigger. The family's lawyer, Van Johnson, says there's no decision. This no decision sets back civil rights. He claims that civil rights of Lyoya were taken from him as soon as he tackled him and by Schur during the traffic stop. Today, Lyoya's legal team held a press conference to talk about the decision to not retry the case. They say justice was not served.
Fight for these folks and fight for justice for Patrick Lyoya, and once and for all, so that the world can see what really happened that day, and not from a perspective of just a police officer, but as a person.
Video of the incident shows that Lyoya and Schur were fighting over Schur's taser. The mistrial was declared after the jury deliberated for several days but could not reach a verdict. A majority of the jurors in the trial voted to vote the officer not guilty. Back to you.
All right, Sydney, thank you. In this update, 6 News has learned a 12-year-old boy now has been petitioned into juvenile court after someone found an unloaded, disassembled gun at Dwight Rich School of the Arts. The Ingham County Prosecutor's Office says the boy was charged with carrying a concealed weapon. Meanwhile, the investigation continues into how the boy got the gun in the first place. The Lansing School District has since boosted security at the K-8 school, adding metal detectors at all student entrances. The 2025 Mackinac Policy Conference continues today, and opposers of the Line 5 pipeline plan to gather on the island ahead of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's keynote speech. The group argues the State Public Service Commission violated Michigan's Constitution and laws protecting natural resources when it approved the tunnel project under the Straits of Mackinac without properly considering the risk of oil spills. They're waiting for the court's decision on whether to take the case and plan to attend the policy conference today to once again voice their concerns. Meanwhile, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers plans to release the draft of its environmental impact statement tomorrow. United Airlines and JetBlue announced today they're entering a limited partnership called Blue Sky. It will allow frequent flyers on both airlines to earn points and frequent flyer status on the other carrier. The two airlines also are exchanging a handful of takeoff and landing slots at JFK and Newark airports. The deal is slated to start this fall. In other economic news, filings for U.S. jobless aid rose by 14,000 to 240,000 for the week ending May 24th. Now that's higher than the 226,000 new applications analysts had predicted.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We had a few very light sprinkles across mid-Michigan yesterday evening. From that weak system, notice rainfall totals were incredibly minimal across our region. Most of us only picking up on a trace amount, possibly as much as 1/10 of an inch being reported here in the city of Lansing as we went throughout our Wednesday. Now, the area of low pressure that brought us that precipitation currently tracking all the way off to the northeast. That leaves us with widespread cloud cover across the area this afternoon. Few pockets of drizzle also starting to develop. Notice off to our northwest, some more light rain showers as well. We'll hold on to the for a few scattered nuisance sprinkles as we go throughout the rest of our Thursday. Very similar to yesterday, we'll see a trace amount, possibly as much as 1/10 of an inch of precipitation across the area. We dry things out overnight tonight. We have a lot of sunshine in the forecast for the first half of our Friday. Going to be absolutely beautiful. Temperatures for tomorrow will be topping out at average for this time of year, but Friday evening, a very weak cold front going to begin to make its way through. As it moves through our area, it's going to turn up the chance for a couple of scattered rain showers. Maybe an isolated rumble of thunder across the region as well. Good news is any threat for precipitation will be exiting well off to our east just in time for the weekend, with partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions in the forecast by then. Now, as that cold front begins to make its way through the area tomorrow, not only is it going to be bringing the chance for precipitation, it's also going to be increasing the amount of wildfire smoke that we have in the upper portions of the atmosphere due to some ongoing wildfires over in Canada. Notice as we put this into play that wildfire smoke really starts to move in Friday afternoon and evening. It will linger into early Saturday morning. Good news is at this point in time, it looks like that smoke is going to be rather elevated in the atmosphere, which means that we'll likely just see a really vibrant sunset on Friday, sunrise on Saturday. But of course, we'll continue to monitor any potential impacts to air quality and keep you updated as we go throughout the rest of the day. Outside right now, we still have a lot of cloud cover here in the city of Lansing. Temperatures currently in the upper 50s, and it does feel a little bit sticky outside. Dew point temperatures currently sitting right at 53 degrees. Similar situation over in Grand Ledge, already picking up on 1/100 of an inch of rain due to those isolated pockets of drizzle that I was mentioning earlier. More cloud cover as we take a trip down in Jackson. 59 dew point temperatures currently in the low 50s with winds at 11 miles per hour coming out of the west-southwest. Our final stop over in the city of Hillsdale, 60 degrees. Dew point temperatures still in the low 50s over here. That peak wind up to 15 miles per hour. We only make it up to a high in the upper 60s across the area today. Again, a few scattered, very light sprinkles going to be possible later on this afternoon and evening. We are drying things out overnight tonight. Cloud cover will decrease, allowing our overnight lows to fall down into the upper 40s. Notice a beautiful first half in terms of the forecast that we have for our Friday before the chance for those scattered showers and thunderstorms returns. Temperatures tomorrow topping out in the mid 70s, slightly cooler and just slightly below average for the weekend. But notice we are being treated to those partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, carrying that sunshine into early next week. 80s returning by Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. We were, a little bit below, then round average. Now we're going to be above it.
Yeah, this is kind of the roller coaster ride we typically take every spring.
Yeah, it all evens out. Kendall, thank you. Coming up at noon, we'll have the latest on the ongoing battle between the courts and the Trump administration. So keep